tonight.
No, we can't.
Those words.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
Punctuation. There needed to be a comma in the middle.
We need an adult.
I am an adult. No, we're not.
I am an adult.
No, you were not.
That's terrifying.
Ugh.
Oh shit, I am.
Well, we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Welcome, everyone, to the Curbside Podcast presents Dice Hard with a Vengeance. We are in the midst of a weird time for the party because a few of our friends headed off for adventures unknown. Our good friend Beldan's on a vision quest, and Standolf is wherever he went.
He doesn't even know.
You went back to prison.
Probably. So, we thank you guys for joining us here tonight. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, tap that little bell on your YouTube app so you never miss an upload. Also, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, that's where we're at. And if you look down below, merch! There's merch for sale. Curbside merch at prowrestlingtees.com/LostBoyKirby. So,
Support the brand, baby!
yeah! So with that, we'll get started with the oath, and then, Mr. Dungeon Master, you can take it away. I, Naramos Torin, do solemnly swear to not be a murder hobo. Natil.
I, Natil Starag, do solemnly swear to not be a murder hobo, even though I look like death.
Lady V.
I, Bertie Sarandon, do solemnly swear to not be a murderer.
Corrallos.
I, Corrales Abrazar, do solemnly swear to not be a murder hobo.
Taruk.
Uh-oh.
See if you can get it right the first time.
I know, I missed this
Yeah! The chicken came before the egg.
Nice.
Proud of you, buddy.
Very nice. No stage direction this time.
Nope.
You just-
Nope.
Right up
My
on the
boy's
camera.
all grown up.
Like it, man.
I've been
We improve.
practicing.
We improve every week here on Curbside. Just saying.
Yeah. I've been practicing this in front of my camera screen. I've been ready to go.
There you go.
Bam!
man. I'm proud of you.
I am too.
Kitty butt.
Well,
Mr. DM, take it away.
yeah, welcome back. Last week was, I guess, basically the fallout from the party's encounter with Regis, the Rakshasa that had been tormenting several members of the party, and after Regis escaped with the sister of Natil, Isla, you left the throne room of the hidden chamber of the Rakshasa, and you found that some people were waiting for you. Basically, the remaining, most of the remaining council for the city of Brine, pretty much demanding answers for them pretty much finding, a room full of posed bodies, a dead Sephiroth holder, and finding their way into a secret pocket dimension, and some explanations, a couple rolls that went your way, and you were cleared. Your names were cleared. All charges were dropped, including an apology from what remains of the council, and you did meet one of the newer members of the council, one Teledor Rex, who is taking, from what you basically understand, taking Sephiroth Holder's place on the council for representing as far as the Merchants Guild is concerned. And then there was a lot of, I think, just a breath, a little bit of assimilating of thoughts and what the plan is moving forward. I believe everybody went their separate ways for the night, and you were reconvening the next morning. And we left off with, yes, one of our actually two of our party members, one Standoff, had not deigned to go any farther with the party for the time being, and has chosen to go separate ways, parting on good terms, and with promises that he would go and check in on some of the issues that the party has come across, specifically regarding the Rakshasa, the transportation between planes, whatever he can do to help. At the same time, one Beldan Winterhill also parted ways, citing that he was given a vision through his deity Baranar, and he has just left. He promises that he will return when he knows more details about his vision, and we look forward to him coming back. But I believe that's where we're picking up, is that morning after Standoff and Beldan have left. And I believe you guys are in the luxurious light. So that's where we're picking up today. I think it's literally just been a few moments, and Belden's giving you guys his explanation on his vision quest, and he has parted ways.
As we watch Belden kind of take off, I tip an ale to his retreating back. That guy's a pretty interesting guy. One I will probably never outdrink.
I don't know. You've outdrink one party member before. Who's to say you won't outdrink another?
My liver.
He's a dwarf.
Lady V has a point. Another ale, please.
Morning drinking. I love it, guys.
When if we are not?
How else do we process everything that we've gone through without any skull dust?
Without any bloodshed.
I'll miss my tiny turd. Not there.
Oh, he'll be back. I'm certain.
He'll be back before you.
He'll definitely be back. He owns me a set of bagpipes.
Don't want to hear what this sounds. Speaking of the future, though, where does that leave the rest of you?
Well,
That is the question, isn't it?
I mean, I know what I want to do. I know what I have to do. So,
Right.
just depends on if you guys want to see it through with me. I mean, you guys have already been through so much. I mean,
Well, I'm under no illusions that Regas isn't coming back here. If not for revenge or his position again. At least to raise some hells about what happened here, so that's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind.
oh yeah, I've thought about it. Here's the thing though, with I don't know, like it would just be a lot of explaining to do. Like, say if he were to show up again and like the party, like, no, not just us, but other people have like seen his body. So I don't know how he can explain that away.
Sure, but luckily he can be other things, and I really don't think he's going to live down his vendetta with you anytime soon, so not that I'm saying waiting for him to come find us is a good idea. I'm just saying it's definitely something to keep in the back of our minds that we probably haven't seen the last of him.
No.
That's pure speculation. I'm just guessing here. He doesn't seem the type to let something go.
Oh no, you're right. But I have a feeling though, for as much as we've heard him, I mean, he's definitely not going to come back anytime soon. He's going to try to let himself recover. And God knows what he's going to do to her. And he's...
Yeah, for Isla's sake, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
I don't think he's going to kill... Oh, go ahead, B. I'm sorry.
I'm just spitballing.
I don't think he's going to kill her. If I may. I don't think that... It's almost like kind of him using her as, like live bait.
I'm going to give you just like a sad look and then go get my own drink without saying much else on the subject. Not far, just in the same room.
Yeah, I got you.
Just kind of sitting down with my own morning wine. I guess that still does raise the question of what the next move is. The way I see it, Varine's kind of our best option.
I agree.
It's not a terrible idea.
I mean, again, even if she says no, it's still probably a good idea to run down some of our connections before we go doing anything rash. I don't know what that would be, but I imagine you all can find something rash to run into.
Us rash never.
What?
Taruk is never rash. Okay. Yeah.
No, Taruk has a
Oh, of
rash.
course not. I was talking about Metagast.
Oh yeah.
Is he just kind of like,
Yeah. Metagast. Don't
Ah,
shrug. You were 100% rash. Just.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
Metagas. We'll cure you of your rebel ways.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, if we haven't done so yet, why start now?
Speaking of connections, Corrallos, still got that armor?
What armor?
The armor in the bag.
The full plate.
Yes.
Yes.
May I have that? I need to go speak with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
So are we going as a group? So I'm certain we can get a meeting with Marine. Do you guys want select members of the group to go? Do you want the whole group to go? Do the negotiating? What do we really want?
I will save you the stress, Lady V. I am not going to see Vereen. I'm going to see Hisma. I have some questions to ask her. And this armor's going to come in handy. Thank you, Corrallos.
I will say it really, really, really got shunted into the background. But and to kind of make sure that I can close the doors to wherever we're at.
not really. It's kind of an open area. It's like you guys are in the open dining area of where the
Is there like a parlor nearby that's relatively empty, or a garden, or
yeah, okay.
my bedroom? I don't care, just somewhere quiet.
Are you looking specifically? You're looking for some privacy?
Yeah.
Probably go to somebody's room then.
A motion for you guys to follow me.
I'll follow.
All right.
Somewhere. This is a very public area. There's a lot of patronage going on here. We might want to discuss our plans somewhere else.
It's not a terrible idea.
All right, bet. We'll take the party up to my room.
Okay, relocating to V's room.
Don't touch my things. Okay, now that we're quiet, we're in a quiet space. We really did leave it on the back burner, but wasn't the whole slave trade thing something we thought was tied into the group we're looking after, and we were going to talk to Hezma about that? Without Isla or Angel or whoever she thinks she is, that might be a little trickier, but well, we do have an immediate goal in the background. We do still have this cult we're looking for, and we're trying to get information on that before all this happened. That might still be a possibility. So maybe when you go talk to Hezma, bring that up as well and try to get some information about the group.
Not a terrible idea.
I mean, we did sort of, again, there was a lot more pressing issues to take care of, but the whole slave trade correspondence tying in with our mystery cult might be something we're still interested in knowing about. As far as talking to Marine, I would say I'm probably your best bet for that, but it probably would benefit to bring someone with, probably Nat, or Torin, you can do it after you go to handle your business with Hezma.
I mean, that's fine. Honestly, to be quite frank with y'all, I was going to Hizma for more training. There's a particular technique I would very much like to ask her if she could teach me.
Yeah, ask her while you're there. I would try to get the information about whatever. She knows your relation with. You think she has to know who Angel was, right?
You know
call
for a
it up.
fact. You know for a fact that that's not even a roll. You know for a fact that she did speak with Angel.
Okay.
You don't know if she knows who Angel really is.
That's what I was trying to find out. Yeah, because without Angel, we're kind of just walking up to her cold and saying, "Hey, you know that super secret thing you were going to talk to us about? Well, Angel's gone, but maybe still talk to us about it." So it might take some convincing, but if she trusts you to any degree, she was expecting a meeting with you guys, so that might still be information that we can get. But yeah, I'd be more than willing to go talk to the Councilwoman Marine with another representative of the group.
I'll go.
Okay. Actually, that's a great idea. Nat, if you know any reputable weaponsmiths in the city, not really something I know a lot about, but I did have.
George is falling over laughing.
Can I just kick the dragon?
As long as you don't kick him into my vanity. you're
Roll
fine.
for the attack, Nat.
Oh, no attacks in my room. What have I done?
With pleasure. 16.
What's your AC?
17.
17. No, you go to kick him in the shin and you hit the. You are wearing armor, aren't you? You got.
Yeah,
Yeah, you try to kick him in the shin and you hit some of the armor on his leg greaves. Your toe hurts. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
If it fire.
I would say someone talk to Madam to get a meeting set up. That would probably be the best way to go about it. Unless she has an office we can swing by. I mean,
Sorry, I was reacting to somebody.
Aw.
Don't worry, girls. We're gonna go fuck with that.
Send George. Send
No.
Yeah, Corrales, you get along with her, right?
Oh, famously.
Well, it's either you go talk to her or Taruk goes and talks to her.
Nat,
Taruk will talk to Madam.
Taruk is not going to talk to...
Nat talks to Matt.
I love how
Never
this is going.
Blatantly threatened Taruk, though.
The campaign.
She did what?
I have an
I love it.
idea. Taruk and Corrales will go talk to Madam together.
That's the best idea I've ever heard.
All right, well, I'm going to go talk to...
Come with us too.
I'm going to go
Yes.
talk to Hisma as I put the armor over my shoulder. I'll ask about our
Okay, Piper.
situation. That's the right way to put that, right? Right?
Yeah.
We'll go with
We'll
situation.
go with that.
Also, Nat, be careful with your toe.
Did Corrales have all the weapons that we were?
Watch it, you're gonna come back with one less nut.
Corrales had both the swords and the armor and all the weapons.
I guess, yeah, I would have taken it all from the bodies outside.
Okay, since you have the sword, if you want to come with me to the weapons place, that's fine. Or it's whatever you want to do.
Torn, stop. By the way, I meant to say, we knew a very good weaponsmith very personally. Well,
Okay.
Beldan knew her very personally. We know her as a friend. She should be able to help you, hopefully.
Does she handle magical weapons too, or just regular weapons?
Excellent question. And then Torin walks out.
What did he say?
Excellent question.
All right. Well, then I guess, yeah. Corrales, Nat. I guess the rest of us are going to have the meeting with Doreen, unless the two of you have anything particular to do, or want to go with Torin. So it sounds like he's got his hands full.
So, Corrales,
No,
are we gonna go talk to the man?
I'm not going to tell either of you what to do, except get out of my room so I can get dressed.
Knit a
All right,
kind of
so
like- Sorry.
Menegas
And he
and
just-
Corralo
Aw.
and me,
Like,
we will go and talk to the madam because we're the three best friends that anyone can ever
We-
have.
V walks
He
behind one
bumps
of
into
those.
the wall instead of going to the door. Oops, sorry. Wait, where is it? Where is it?
Walks behind one of those like room divider things for changing, and just starts changing. It's like, are you guys still here?
Oh, yeah, through, like this. No, we're leaving now. All right.
I'll meet
Come on,
you
guys.
downstairs.
Don't be rude, guys. Go.
V, you hear the clanging of metal as Metagas hits the wall and then finds the door.
Ah,
Oh boy.
downstairs, V. Come on, you looky-loos.
All right. Bye, V. We'll be downstairs waiting for you. Bye.
Is it safe to look yet?
No, Metagas. Don't look till you get all the way down. Don't look.
Clang, 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 clang.
Oh, we know. All
All
right.
right, so who's first?
Well, we need to set up the meeting. Torn's going to Hezmon, and then
Yes, we're splitting the party. I'm asking who's first.
I mean, I'll go
Whoa.
first. That's fine.
Oh,
Okay. Torin, are you by yourself? Are you going to Hizma by yourself?
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay. You know the way. You've been there frequently enough. You make your way to the Typhon's Bane Hunters Guild on the far edges of Brine. And as you make your way up there, it is early morning. There seems to be a few people in the lodge, but it doesn't seem, it hasn't picked up quite yet.
Right.
As you walk into the main hall, you come across the billboard with all the different jobs and everything. And well, like I said, there's a few guild people kind of perusing, but it's not very busy. It's still early yet. You do find Hizma is up, and she is finishing breakfast as you enter.
I delicately, I just drop it, delicately place the new armor next to a chair next to her, and I just sit down.
I apologize. I assumed you grabbed the old one. You grabbed the fire resistant?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes. The new fire resistant.
The new fire resistant plate. Got it.
Yep. Good morning, Hizma. Nice to see you looking chipper. It's creepy.
Yeah, she looks at you about like normal. Just, morning. And just the lovely demeanor of one Hizma Krant.
Oh, always
The
so
blue dragonborn guild master of the Typhon's Bane.
always so warm and accepting. How are you, my reptilian friend?
She's just staring at you.
All right, fine. I'll get to the point.
Please.
I have come back for more training. If you would please assist me.
What do you want to get better at?
Well, I wanted to learn more combat strategy, more tactics. I want to know my enemy better.
All right. See if you're worth my time.
I promise.
Bad call.
Oh, it's pleasant. I
The accuracy of the it's a little scary. Right into the spittoon bucket. But
I promise I rested up this time.
all right, we'll see what you can do. Follow me. And she's still kind of eating on the go as you guys make your way to the sand pit in the back, which you used before.
I'm like donning the armor while I'm walking, trying to trying to get dressed while following her.
Mm-hmm. You know, and she's kind of like, you could have waited till we got there.
Mm-hmm.
It's new armor. I'm kind of excited to try it.
All right. We are gonna do a little bit of training here. Why don't you go ahead and roll me some initiative?
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Where'd my dice go?
First,
Ooh.
show me if you've improved it at all. Start there.
That,
And she's still eating, by the way, as you're getting ready to have combat.
that's a 4. Not a fantastic roll to start with.
That's cacked. That's a 17.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right, looks like Hisma's going first. And she, by the way, is with one hand, and she pulls out a club. It's a one-handed club, not a great club, just a one-handed club, and she's biting on an apple.
I pull out Chaos Star and Club Asher.
And literally, in the time that you're grabbing your weapons, she's in the middle of swinging at you.
Oh, snap!
Ooh, I think that's a... Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Hold on. That's plus
Oh,
what?
he did. He did.
21 to hit
21 hits.
and 19 to hit.
19 just barely hits.
Okay. All right. Her great club. Not great club, a regular. Then 2 hit. "19 points of damage on the first 2 blows is while still biting into an apple. One crack, one hit on like the rib cage area, like on the side, and she just swings it around and like does like a back swing and catches you across the face with it.
All right.
We were sparring.
Very well. I'm gonna take 2 swings myself.
Do it.
So the first one is 21,
That hits.
and the second one is 25.
Yeah, that both hit.
All right.
Roll damage.
Seven. Yeah. 7 plus 4, so 11,
Yup.
and then 6, 8, and then another 11.
22
22 points of damage.
Piercing damage.
Yup.
Nice. One moment. I am pulling up some stuff that may interest you. All right, she takes 22 points of piercing damage, and she literally, the funny part is she's still got the apple in her mouth, and she's like, but she kind of bit into it a little more with each, and she's kind of like, all right, and she spits out part of the core. She goes, that's just rude, and she just tosses the apple off to the side. Monk. She is going to take 2 more. I don't think that first one's going to hit. That's a 17 on the first one.
Does not hit.
That is dirty 20.
That
Second
hits.
Sorry. I am getting up your abilities.
Come on, you didn't have every single NPC ready for every single possible scenario that we could have thrown at you tonight?
No, I sure didn't. I'm like the worst DM ever.
I think it was
there you go.
Mercer, and he was like the magic carpet. He's like, yeah, I'll just prep the entire world for you every night.
Yeah. It's amazing what he is ready for. It's just... Here we go. All right. Looking at Battle Master maneuvers. Here we go. On that one, she is going to use one of her superiority dice on that second one.
All right.
She's going to make that. Do-do-do-do. Will you please make me a strength saving throw?
Sure. So strength is plus. That. Ooh, wowzers. That is 27.
That does pass. And what you notice is this time where she's using both hands, she attempted to disarm, which it does connect. Think of it almost like in baseball when you see like somebody get hit by pitch, but like in the hand when they're swinging. Like she tries to catch you on the hand to get you to drop the weapon. You take it and it hurts. Oh, by the way, it was a total of 11 points of damage on that. On the hands, but you're like, but you don't drop you don't drop your weapon. So you're good there.
That's smart.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Earl.
I don't remember, and I honestly don't remember, and I don't have yours up at the moment. Did she teach you disarming attack?
She taught me. Hold on, I got a repost, disarming, and goading.
Okay, so then you definitely recognize the technique, and she tried disarm on you. And after that, she goes, "Now, you try it."
All right. All right, let me make sure I have mine up. Make sure I know how to roll this. All right, so. So I'm making sure I read this right. Disarming force. And a superior to tactics. Alright, so I take a swing with Chaos Star. 22.
22 hits.
And then I add D8. So that's 3D8.
There you go.
6, 8, 14, 16, 18. Sorry, 19.
19 points of damage on that.
Yep.
And she has to make a strength saving throw, correct?
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna turn my fan on. It's warm in here.
Oh, you got up. Well, that's a natural 20.
Oh boy.
I didn't hear. Did she hit? Or did she save?
She got a natural 20 on that strength saving throw. So,
damn.
Attempting the same technique, you catch her on like the forearm, trying to get her to drop it, and she takes the damage. It hurts, but she just kind of nothing. There's no reaction to the strike.
Right.
She goes, "Good. Somebody a little weaker. That might have worked. Now, what is it that you don't know that you want to learn?"
Well, I know, hold on. Sorry, reading. I know that I would like to learn how to trip my opponents during battle, catch them off guard. I would also, I've heard a long time ago of a technique where I can learn about my enemy in battle, almost like knowing their weaknesses, or knowing if they equal mine.
You see as she kind of considers what you said, and then charges forward with another attack.
Oh, here we go again.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And 19.
19 just hits.
Right. So on the first one, she's going to attempt a push attack.
Okay.
So she kind of puts you see as she goes and you're trying to anticipate the move that's coming, and she kind of feints to one side and then charges right at you. Making contact, and that's what that one. Do you add okay. It's 14 points of damage.
Ow.
And I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
All right. Hold on, let me do the damage before I forget.
Yep.
That is a 25.
25 passes. Basically, and you feel the momentum of the attack as she kind of is putting the pressure on you. You feel yourself kind of dig in. You go back a little bit, but you dig in and you hold your ground. And she goes, good. Now, when she kind of does a little flourish with the club, she goes,
My girl's okay.
All right. I'm gonna take 2 swings. First one. Let me make sure I'm doing my math right. It's 23.
23 hits.
And then the second
Roll
one.
for the attack and
Oh, that's
add your superiority. 1 superiority die to it.
12.
For the damage?
Yep, 12 for the damage.
12 points of damage. Got it. And that's a strength save for her. 19.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I wasn't ready. Proficiency bonus is 8, 3, 11 plus.
Boy came ready for a fight and says he ain't ready.
18, so she passes.
18, so she does pass, but she goes, good. And basically what you just learned was pushing attack.
Okay.
Now, for you still got one more strike
Yep.
for whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna straight swing.
All right.
That is 17.
17 doesn't hit. So this time as you come in for that second strike, she takes the club she's using and just parries it off to the side. She goes, all right. I think you said you were interested in this one. And she comes in. She gets a clinch distance and then strikes. That misses. But that doesn't. That's a dirty 20.
Yep, that hits.
The other one was an 11, so that misses.
Yeah, definitely.
So the first one misses. Second one. Heck, you spent 1 spirit. All right. I think that'll be it for this. Well, I ain't too bad this one. Spirit. Yes. Okay. All right. 12 points of damage on that.
Okay.
And make a strength save.
Come on, dice. Ugh. 12.
That fails. So basically what happens is she comes in close and you catch the club to the face. She then hooks it and catches you behind your ankle and you hit the ground. bam, she does a tripping attack to you. She kind of is looking down on you. She goes, look for joints. Go for the knee and the ankles. Now get up.
Well played. All right.
Use half your movement to get up. It's your turn.
All right, Hisma, let me give that a try. That's 14 for the first one.
That misses.
And there we go. That's better. That's dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
So roll your damage on it, and I'll roll the strength save for it.
So, 6.
Oh, I think you got her.
6, 12, 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She failed. It's 5 on the die, so yeah, she failed, and so you do kick. What do you do?
So as I swing in with Claw Basher,
Mm-hmm.
and it misses, she ducks it. I come up underneath with Chaos Star and catch her by the same ankle that she got me with.
Gotcha. She lands flat, and literally, it's kind of weird because she uses her tail to like
stand back up,
to basically stand back up, kind of Undertaker back, up to standing. She goes, good. Now, those are the only 2 I'm teaching you today. It's a trip attack and a pushing attack. Always be mindful of your surroundings. Push attack can be very useful depending on what's around you, like a cliff. But one last thing, and as she makes 2 more attacks.
Oh God!
Ooh, that's a. The first one was a 1. Second one was a natural 20.
Damn!
Oh man, it sucks when that happens.
Oh. Yeah, I think the nat 20 hits.
Oh no.
Lost him at the most inopportune time, too. Because I have a feeling I know what's about to happen.
So the first one misses horribly.
Right.
It's a natural 1 on that one. So it's just wild shot. And as you duck and you're like, oh, she messed up. And as you come up, you get clocked in the side of the head. It's 24 points
Yep, I knew that was coming.
of damage.
Yeah, I'm out cold.
Are you out cold? Okay,
24 puts me out.
So basically, it's basically like a duck and right hook situation, except she's got a weapon. It's just duck and whack, and you get caught right across the head. You see a white light for a little bit. There's and a few moments later, you're revived. And she kind of looks at you for a second. She goes, thought you said you were arrested for this.
I was. But, you're still tougher than me. That's why I train with you.
She kind of looks at you. She kind of looks you up and down. She goes, you're fairly stout. You shouldn't go down that easy.
You're not... Thanks, I guess.
That's okay. We're going to fix that. Come with me. And for the next... let me roll for it.
Ruh-roh.
The next 3 hours, You go through some of the most rigorous training of your life. There are several times where you wish the Rakshasa was still here.
Oh man.
The worst of the lot being the one where she has you doing suspended push-ups over lighted candles.
Oh, wonderful.
And she's kind of like, you have to get a little better at this. The result of that training and that's going to take you almost the whole day. It's going to get you. I'll give you the evening hours until you're done. But you did get pushing attack, trip attack,
Right.
and +1 to your constitution.
Nice. Alrighty then. Oh, did I lose you? I think Tim's froze. There he is.
There we go. No, I said, so yeah, there's, you pretty much just slink out of there. There's not a part of your body that isn't in pain.
So, I'm like literally like lifting my feet.
Yeah.
Trying to make it back to the brothel.
So, before I go and fall unconscious halfway back to the light, I needed to talk to you about business. If you had a moment.
Should have done that earlier, but sure.
Well, it's hard to talk when you're getting your teeth chipped in. So, to my knowledge, everything hurts. Everything hurts bad. So, to my knowledge, you had heard about some sort of. I like take a look around, make sure there's not a lot of people around the two of us.
You're in her office. The door is closed. It's not out in the main hall where all the other hunters are. So yeah, you have some privacy.
I heard you had info on some very shady, bad dealings when it comes to, let's say, living cargo coming into Brine.
I've seen a few things, however, I do not have proof yet. And given recent events, I'm not sure how much that you've already disrupted that business.
Well,
I think you and your friends may have dealt with the customer. I don't know about the distributor.
right. Well, we had a note. I think I might still have it on me. I like barely just like slowly reach into my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Everything hurting.
Yeah.
It's this note from
For me, what note are you showing her?
the note from S dealing with slave trade in Brine.
That you got from the safe at the
Yes.
the gala. Got it.
Yes.
I'm with you. Okay. Think that is nice. However, we don't know who S is, do we?
Well, I had a guess, and then, well, that guess went and died, so...
Guessing that Sephiroth wasn't S.
Well, if he was, he ain't anymore. Hurts to laugh.
You know for a fact that he's not, because
Yeah.
you witnessed that conversation.
Yeah. No, whoever S is, it's, they're the one behind a lot of this.
So, it ties into the Brotherhood, yes?
You can see Torrin just, like, start to shake. Yes.
I can't go openly beating down someone's door simply on suspicion.
I'm aware.
But apparently you can.
Oh God, it hurts to laugh. Yeah, I'm pretty good at barging in where I'm not wanted, as you've come to know.
And she kind of examines you for a little bit. Listen. You and your friends have made yourselves very popular around here. Just be careful.
Yeah.
You're starting to swim with sharks. Not everybody who smiles at you is your friend.
Well, thank God you've never smiled at me.
She kind of thinks about it for a minute. I try not to.
Oh God, it still hurts to laugh.
But she kind of just be careful. You're in it now. Your piece is on the board, whether you like it or not.
I don't know how much this will mean to you, Isma, but I appreciate it. Everything, even the terribly rigorous pain that I am in.
And then for probably one of the few times you see her actually smile, and it's a little unsettling. And just this real, no problem.
I appreciate you helping me.
As you start and as you kind of start to turn, she kind of goes, keep coming back.
Oh, I'll definitely be back again. Who knows?
Maybe once it's almost like she's trying to not puke the words out. She goes, if I trust you eventually, maybe I'll tell you more. Get out of here.
Thank you, Hisma.
Get.
I'm going. And I pick up my bag and start walking out. Maybe one of these days I'll actually survive training with you. And I just limp my way back to the light.
Yeah. In the background, you just hear a yell, "Don't count on it!"
Oh God, it still hurts to laugh.
All right. So that took up a few hours. Who's next?
I guess by then we've been dressed and ready to rock and roll. So I think they were going down to the madam while then me and Nat, while I was getting ready, and then we would go.
Okay.
Daruk, Corrales, and Metagan.
Let's see what happens here.
The Three Musketeers.
Hey,
Yeah, we're-
best friends.
Friends that anyone could have.
Okay. So we're gonna do the conversation with Mina first. Well, guys, she is up. She's beautiful. She's the amber-skinned tiefling who runs the luxurious light, Philomena Bordeaux. And you see her, she's in this beautiful, like, kind of like a violet-colored, like a satin dress, kind of strapless, full shoulders on display, and she's looking radiant. And she is downstairs, going about the business of the day. So who's approaching her?
Tim, question.
Yeah.
Are there like flowers around or like, little fruits or something?
Roll investigation. Roll me investigation.
Please let
I
us
love
know.
this. This is
Uh,
adorable.
8.
8.
Please something.
You find what you think is a flower.
you what you find, it's not really a flower. It's like it's garland.
Oh my god.
Fine display garland that's like set around like candles at like certain windows.
Okay, well then I'm gonna take like that whole display. I'm gonna bring it.
Okay,
to
the candle and all.
Yes, candle and everything.
Oh,
Oh my god, just don't
Yes.
burn it.
Yeah, we're doing it. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the madam and I'm gonna.
Midagast is like enraptured by what you're doing. He's just kind of like, really, the whole thing? Do you think that this is?
Yes. Don't throw salt in my game, all right? Just watch me. All right. All right. Now, hold
I'll
on.
not throw grit in my sport.
I pull my gas closer. Gas. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Reflection in the armor.
Yeah,
Eyebrows
he
good,
Kind of
right?
sticks his chest out.
All right. Perfect. All right. Teeth. Oh, got a little something in there. All right, save that for later. All right.
It's kind of tough. It's
Ready?
kind of like looking like. Have you ever seen like those old school mirrors?
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
not a clear reflection. It's
Yeah.
like somebody put like Vaseline over it. You know what I mean? It's like, kind of
Yeah.
look. It's not perfectly shiny.
Well,
armor.
It's perfect. It's all right. It's all right. All
You
right.
see yourself just with little detail, you know?
Yeah. All
Right
right.
at you.
I've never looked better before. All right. So, Corrales, Madagascar, this is the plan. I'm going to soften her up, and then Corrales, you come in. Full head of steam. Bang. All right? Ready? Let's go.
I'm not full head of steaming the Met. No.
No, I'm done. I don't even hear what he says. I just walk right up.
He walks off in the middle of no. Corrales.
Hello, madam. How are you today?
And she just hits you with this, this lovely smile. Good morning, darlings.
Taruk, he coys, he's real blushing, yes. Good morning, madam. I brought these for you.
Oh, you shouldn't have, darling. There's almost like it's like a look of pity.
I love it.
I just want to say, madam, you look very beautiful this morning. Did you do something with your hair? Is Tim froze? Tim's froze.
I brushed it.
I brushed it. Did Tim freeze?
Yeah, he was very frozen.
Yeah.
He froze.
There we go.
There. Wee.
Back to where we were. You were hitting on me,
As you do.
as you do.
All right. So, madam, you look very beautiful this morning. Did you do something with your hair?
I do something with my hair every morning, darling.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You look very beautiful this morning. So
Corrales,
How-
roll insight.
how was your night last
Oh.
night?
It was not too bad, darling. Business was decent, but yeah, not too bad. I have no complaints, darling. Did you sleep well? I know the past few days have been very trying for you and your friends.
Yeah, last night was a little rough. My best friend Beldan, Tiny Turd, the little dwarf guy that's always with us,
Yes,
He,
of course, darling.
he had to go back home for whatever dwarf guys do when they go back home. And the stuff that happened with that, fluffy kitty, it really, 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 really weighed heavy on me last night. So I didn't get too much sleep, but I'll be all right.
Well, I'm sorry to hear of his leaving, darling. Trust he will be back soon.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. But I might be able to find, somebody else, that I would take a liking to, I don't know, maybe, but Corrales. You remember Corrales, right?
How could I forget, darling?
Oh yeah.
Adam.
Well.
What was that insight
Corrales-
roll, by the way, Corrales?
11.
11. All right. She seems very pleasant.
I'm sure she does.
Corrales, he wanted to come talk to you, and I wanted to come talk to you too, and
Darling, you're
Yeah.
too young. Not yet, darling. She's looking dead at you, Corrales. Do not be in such a hurry, darling. There will be time for that.
No.
Yeah, it's Corrales. Wait, what? What is? All right.
Him, I understand, but you, darling, you just take your time.
Yeah. Take your time. A flower's got to blossom, Like, that's what I keep telling this guy, Adam. Like, he's just his hormones are racing. Teenagers, they just want to, everything.
I'm going to summon Mage Hand and do this to Taruk.
Yes. So this spectral arcane hand just kind of comes up in front of your face, Taruk, and just.
I like that.
Oh, now that's very handy, darling. Can you teach me that? I don't know that one. She's looking at you, Corrales.
Absolutely. We actually have a favor for you.
I'm sorry. You cut out on me. What'd you say, George?
I'm just asking the madam a favor of her that we need.
Oh, sure. What do you need, darling?
Possibly a meeting with Miss Shadeleaf. We need to find the Rakshasa.
Her demeanor switches a little bit. Her tone switches a little bit. She goes, "You are going to ask Vereen for her aid in finding it, huh?"
That's the plan, yes. We're trying to get Nat's sister back.
She kind of nods and she takes a look around and she looks at the two of you and says, "If you would be so kind to escort a lady, I would like to speak a little more privately, if you don't mind." And
No problem.
She puts out both of her arms.
Oh, you're interacting with the madam without getting slapped. Both of you.
Progress.
Basically, as you take,
They're maturing so fast.
as each of you grabs an arm, she is kind of leading you towards her chamber, which is upstairs privately, closes the door, and she goes, "Now we may speak, darling. Unfortunately, every wall in this city has ears. Now, you are going to ask Vereen for assistance with finding Natil's sister.
Yes.
Let me be frank, darling. I would think very carefully before asking Vereen for help. How to put it delicately? Vereen is a dangerous woman to owe a favor to. And her head, she basically looks at you, Corrales, when she says that. She's a dangerous woman to owe a favor to. She is a decent woman, but if that is a option that you're considering, I would advise caution. utmost caution, darling. If you had other options at your disposal, I would actually push you in those directions first. Owing an archmage a favor is a very dangerous situation.
Do you know of a way to locate her?
I believe the details of your situation is that Isla is on another plane of existence, yes?
Yes, yes.
As far as we understand.
That is difficult, darling. It would take very powerful magics to find her or even communicate with her.
I mean, you're strong and powerful, madam. Can you do it for us? We trust you.
I would, darling. However, you must understand that is beyond my scope. How to say? Vereen does have the power to help you. No doubt. She's one of the most powerful women that I know. I'm simply saying that if there were other options to you, perhaps consider them first. Understand, she is my friend. I trust her. To an extent, darling.
Do you
Never
know
underestimate owing someone a favor. That's all I say.
Oh, well, we'll take that in consideration. I mean, do you know anyone else?
Not within Brian, not in my scope. What you speak of is not light magic, darling. It's very powerful magic. If you were to say purchase such magic, it would be very expensive. And even then, you must to travel across planes, you must know where you're going. And even more so, you must have a way back. It's very difficult. And I do not wish to bruise anyone's egos, but you and your friends are just not powerful enough right now. So this means that you are either going to beg the indulgence of someone like a Vereen or whatever else you have at your disposal, or you wait until you can do it yourself. Even then, I would say time would be of the essence.
I mean, I get what you're saying, madam, but like you said, time of the essence. We don't know if Isla's gonna survive or not. I mean, we don't even know if she's dead or alive right now.
Darling, a question. Several times, when you and your friends have been in trouble, you've sent a message to me by magical means.
Yes.
I'm not always at the best of times, but can you still do that?
Corellos, can you do that, or is that just a Beldan thing?
That was a Beldan thing.
Yeah, our tiny turd is gone.
That is a shame, darling. I know for a fact how that spell works, and it can move across planes.
Oh.
It is at the very least a form of communication, and the other person would be able to answer back. Why do I hear myself? Yeah, I'm hearing myself.
I hear
So
I
am
hear
I.
yourself too, Ruby. Yeah, is
Somebody got the stream going in the background?
I mean,
Like playing it? Or...
Yeah, I heard like some things I said like 2 minutes ago. Sorry.
Weird.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, she was telling you about was it darn it, is it Message? I think it's Message is the one that you guys had sent her a couple times. That does move across planes, and the other person can message back. basically what she's telling you is it would be a form of communication, and she could answer back if she is alive, if she can answer back, as long as she's not, you know. You understand that there's risk with that, but it would have been a good place to start, darling. The problem is that there are very few magics that are reliable across planes of existence, and the worst part about all of this is you don't know exactly where she is.
You know, the more the more we talk about this, the more frustrating it is for me. I mean, obviously, look at me. You know, you and Corrales understand magic 1,000 times better than I do, and it just seems so frustrating. Magic and planes and messages and everything. It's just so much easier to bash your way through things, at least for me. But, madam, is there anybody you know that, you know, would be willing to send a message for us? You know, help us out with that?
Message would be a little easier, darling, and you could probably that is a favor that perhaps you wouldn't mind risking to someone. I don't know. I'm certainly not in a position to tell you what to do, especially when lives are in the balance. Simply saying that just consider. I have no idea the options at your disposal. I do not know the routes that you are all entertaining. I would simply say that don't fool yourself into believing that dealing with Feline would be a lesser risk. There's plenty of risk with dealing with someone that powerful, and if I may say so, darling, that vindictive.
Corrales, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't want to owe anybody favors, but
True, neither. Is Metagast with Tim? Sorry.
He's been there. I guess
okay.
I've been in character for Mina so long. He really hadn't anything to add.
No, it's fine. I just want to.
I was also looking up another spell that would be lower. I'm curious if this would help you guys at all.
I mean, Corrales, like, what do you think, man? I know you're right. I agree with you, and I think the party would agree. We don't want to risk owing anybody a favor, especially whatever this lady is, because I trust the madam's word over anybody here in Brine. So
then let's try to find somebody to send a message. At least we'll know Isla's still alive.
All right, I'm with that. We just have to convince the rest of the party. I don't think it'll be that hard to do. You know, Nat,
to find out if Nat's sister's alive, I don't think that should be difficult.
Yeah, you know, to go to at least do that route and not risk, you know, blood money or, you know, selling our damn souls. I mean, by the way, if we have to sell our souls, I mean, I'm offering Torin. I'm saying I'm not digging at you, Corrales. You know, I'm just gonna offer Torin his soul.
Corrales has much left to sell.
So, you know, you sold your soul once. I don't think you can sell it again, you know?
We'll see.
I was going to catch him in the freaking Bureau of Better Soul Selling Business. Actually, we have on record that you've already sold your soul once. You are now going into double soul selling.
Soul police, get on the ground!
Please!
Coming soon.
New idea for a campaign. Warlock Repo Service. Warlock Repo and Internal Revenue Investigations.
Oh my god, I need this.
You're like the Treasury Department agents who work for patrons.
I told you guys I wanted a prohibition campaign anyway.
Gold.
Oh my God.
This session has been gold.
Got a comment in chat. Double or nothing on the soul exchange.
Nice.
All right. Well, madam, do you know of anyone that can send a message for us? Anybody that comes off the top of your head?
Let me check, because I didn't know I'd be casting with her today. So let me see if Mina can do it first, and if not, I'll point you in the right way.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Well, no, yeah, because she's only answered you guys before. I don't think she's ever sent one, but I have to now go look up this person's abilities now, because I didn't know I'd need it. Kind of like Hisma. I didn't know I'd need her stat sheet immediately.
You guys gotta keep you on your toes.
And you thought there wasn't going to be any combat this episode.
I really didn't. And it's the very first thing we did.
Honestly, I didn't think about it until like 5 minutes before we got on. Be like, oh yeah, I need to go train with Hisma, because who knows when we'll be back in Brine next. Who knows? We may go back to another dimension.
Nope.
That's not a message. That's sending is what we're looking at. 25 words or less.
That one, yeah,
That's
that one.
the one.
Yes.
Also,
and it does go
Taruk
across.
sold Torn Soul. That make
I forgot. It can go. You can send the message across the distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive. We did that once before.
that we did.
But that's a very low percentage for it failing. So,
And I'm pretty sure.
and yeah, Mina can do it. I had to go through her stuff. It's really not that high level.
So then, all right, madam, oh beautiful, gracious, all-powerful tiefling, madam, who Corrallos wishes he could even smell your powerfulness in his lifetime.
Hey, you started off good. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
You didn't roll for that. You
Are
just,
the queen of queens. You glide when you walk. You're Miss America.
What is this America, darling?
It's some raggedy place where just barbarian people live. It's a strange foreign land.
Fair enough.
You just almighty, powerful, beautiful madam. Will you please, as a
She kind of sticks her hand out, kind of like, keep going, kind of,
and I get down on both knees and I shove Metagas and Corrallos down with me at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And we grovel at her feet. Please bless us and help us find Isla.
Roll persuasion.
are you starting a cult?
That's a cult I'd join. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
The cult of the holy madam. Would you like to see the light?
I mean, dude, I should. That's
Persuade.
basically Lair's backstory.
Yes. Yeah, persuasion.
17.
Not bad.
Daruk got
She
charisma.
goes-
baby.
and she's been also kind of like feigning like she's not looking at you and just taking in the compliments, and she looks down almost pityingly. She goes, "Okay, get up, darling. You're embarrassing yourself."
We're not worthy. We're not.
That's what
And
I
I-
was
and
doing.
now
I
it's
was
just a
thankful for them.
Up, darling, up. Yes, I will help you. This one, only because I love dear Natil and I would love to help you find her sister.
Yes.
You really didn't have to do any of that. That was just for my amusement. So, the way this thing works, darling, you can only say so many things. So, do you have a specific message in mind, or would you like to wait until Natil is here before you message, or are we just doing this right here and right now?
Well, as exciting as this is, and this is Taruk's opportunity to shine and be the hero and show up Metagas and Corrales, but I think we should wait for the tea.
Very well, darling. I will help you with this. And, yeah. I can't get you there, darling. I hope you understand that. And,
Understand.
I think you have a couple of challenges before you. You need to understand where you're going.
Is Tim froze? He's froze again.
Yeah, I think so.
Freeze frame. So is America canon now all of a sudden?
Figures it'd be Tim.
I started thinking back to Miss Congeniality, where he's like, "She is the one. She is beautiful. You are Miss America."
Channel for your Shatner.
Sorry, Tim. You were saying?
I have no idea.
You were saying there's many challenges ahead.
Yeah. No, she said you're going to have to figure out where you're going, but more importantly, how you're getting there and how you're getting back. And I cannot assist you with that, darling. That is powers well beyond my capabilities.
Listen.
Even in my adventuring days, I could not do such things without help from outside sources. I just, like I said, darling, come to me when you are ready for this message, and we'll see what we can do. Just be careful. If I understand your situation correctly, darling, it looks like you're going to be owing someone very powerful a favor. Be wary. That's all I ask.
Oh, madam, thank you for everything. Your advice, your words, your beauty, your magic.
Okay. Too thick. Laying it on too thick.
All right, I'm going to take the layer back. I just want you to know that we will go to any plane of existence to get Nat's sister back. We love Nat, and we want to see her happy. And Taruk will not rest until Isla is back safe. So thank you, madam.
Good.
And we will leave you for now, and we will return later.
That's good, darling. Understand that Natil's happiness is very important to me. And she just looks over at Corrales.
Yeah, Corrales. Remember that. Very important. Madam, we bid you farewell. And
Good day, darlings.
Can I attempt to take the madam's hand, Tim? I want to take her hand, and then I want to just give her a little kiss on the hand.
Kiss on the hand. Okay, she allows it.
Yes. Well, thank you, madam. We will be back. All right, let's go. And I spin Metagas and Corrales around and pat him on the butt, and we go.
Oh, I need no tap. I'm out of there.
No, we're walking
Like
out.
the first one out of the principal's office.
Right, turn around, Corralo? Where'd he go?
We leave. First thing first, I turn to Metagas. That's how it's done, my friend. Take notes. And then I turn to Corrales and say, "Boy, she hates you, bro."
Hate's a strong word.
No.
Severely dislikes me.
No.
Actually, it's so strong.
Ask Metagas. She hates you. Metagas, right? She does? Yes. Just nod your head yes. Metagas.
I can't read her. She's very
Attractive? Yes.
well, obviously, but yeah. Yeah, and he just keeps saying yeah as you're walking.
Oh.
See? I told you,
Oh,
Corrales.
my
2-1
God,
you
this
lose.
boys.
All right. Let's go find Nat and V and
Warren?
Oh, yeah. If we find him along the way. Whatever. Nat and V, let's go.
Ladies, where were you headed?
Well, we were all just gonna meet up downstairs. I don't know if Nat stayed with me in my room or what.
I did after I ushered the gentleman out of there.
Okay. I guess.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go for it. I was just getting changed.
I was just gonna say, it's at least silent for 5 minutes.
I suppose so. I'm still kind of behind my dressing shade, kind of thinking to myself. And then I'm gonna step out and kind of look at you a little awkwardly, and then sit down at my table and kind of just fuss a little bit and just say, Matt.
What's up?
I think I owe you an apology.
Regarding what? I feel like I'm the one that should be apologizing to you, all of you, every day. Since no, ever since this stupid murder mitten kitty thingy popped into our existence. Well,
Okay. Bisyllable. Rock. Sha. Sa.
They're mittens. Yeah, so I was gonna kind of frame a little bit.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Thank you.
Hey, easy. I don't need copyrighted on this.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, she kind of just taking a deep breath and just. I owe you an apology because I think I said some things. I made some promises that I wanted that I would put Isla as first as I could, and that I shouldn't have done that, because in all honesty, promises don't mean anything to me. They're just words. But I can say that I'm making you no promises. I'm not saying anything that I don't mean. As much as I'm capable, I'd like to help unmess this mess that we're in. I definitely want to do that, and you can trust that out of me. I won't make you any false promises or tell you something I shouldn't. I want to do what I can. And that's that's honesty.
And I never doubted your honest. I never doubted it for a moment, honestly. And I'm really just sorry that you guys got involved with this. But
To be fair, I got myself involved in it. I think that's been what I've been wrestling with the most over the last few days. Oh, and by the way, please, nobody can ever know that I had any capabilities while we were stuck in Nightmare Land. That needs to very strictly remain. I'm hoping you can assist your lover in keeping that a little bit quiet, just for the record.
I have a feeling once he's done with Yzma, he's not going to remember what he even ate for breakfast. So I think you're safe there.
Let's hope.
If not, I'm sure we can. I can ask the madam to put something into his cocktail for him, make him sleep really good.
We're just gonna drug him every time he says something stupid.
I've thought about that. I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of cute. He's kind of cute, and I do want him to have a little bit of memory. But anyway, serious matter at hand. Do you really think Varun can help us?
I know she can. Whether or not we have any better options is another story. I guess the first step would be even knowing if there's anything left to save. And I don't want to have to say that to you, but
No.
the idea that there's nothing left to save might be something we have to consider.
And I do understand, and it has been on my mind.
I'm
But
sure.
I don't think I really don't think that he would harm her. Especially with, I don't know, I think it's like a vanity thing. So he's gonna want us to try to come after her, try to save her. And
She doesn't have to be intact for that plan to work. He can stick to that plan just as well with taking a few bites, if that's the way to put it. I know it's indelicate, but it's also sort of the truth.
and I understand. I just call it a feeling.
All right.
Just with his ego.
I don't like owing people, and I owe you. So you can trust that if it's important to you, I want to do what I can.
You've stuck with us this far, so that's already more than I could have ever asked for. So the way I see it, you don't owe me anything. Fair?
All right. And V's gonna put on like a pretty much floor-length like red veil, like full body like veil, and just kind of over the dress, and just say, "All right, I guess we have errands to run."
How is it that you always manage to look so extravagant?
Practice and money.
Fair enough. I just grabbed my my quiver off of wherever I had thrown it, throw it over my shoulder.
Not my arm.
I hook V's arm. Let's rock and roll.
Go.
Onward.
On my
Oh
back.
God, they actually going to talk. It just dawns on me. Oh God, were they going to talk to her?
I think they were going to talk to Mina. The Three Musketeers were.
I guess we'll just head towards the like common area, not knowing where they went.
Yeah. I would say you don't see them right now. You don't see them there. You don't see Mina or the three of them.
This is actually a little terrifying now.
I'm sure she wouldn't hurt them.
I know she wouldn't, but between you and me, I think she's a little, I think she might have it out for Corollos just a little bit.
You don't know that.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know, just, and especially knowing how Taruk is, she probably came on a little strong. He can probably come on a little strong.
I don't think he has any understanding of strong.
Or subtle. Love him dearly.
I don't think subtlety exists in his mind. Oh boy. I mean, I'm gonna ask around and see if anyone knows where the madam is.
A couple of the attendants there. Oh, she was speaking with I think 3 of your companions, and they went upstairs a short while ago.
No.
They've yet to return.
Thank you. I guess. Yeah, we'll go up towards Mina's room.
About halfway down, you hear Midagast going, yeah, she's pretty, but she's difficult to read. Yeah.
I want to walk up like right. I want to catch him as off guard as I can, and just like right in his face. Who's difficult to read?
Hey guys.
Her?
No. Hey guys. So, guess what I did? Guess what I did? All right.
Tremble the thing.
All right. So, the Nats, especially Nat, you're gonna be proud of me. Taruk, by himself, single-handedly,
I'm still
got the madam to help us out. The madam has a way to contact your sister.
Wait, really?
Yes, I promise. So We have to go see her now.
Okay. V? Go with that?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Torin. You're about halfway through your training at this point.
Aww.
Right now, you're doing dips.
Over like
make
a
me do it with the armor on.
You got that sweet, sweet stat increase, all right? It's worth it.
Walking up the tacos.
Yeah,
Sorry, more copyright infringement, y'all.
Joe Esposito in the background. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna take you down.
Love it.
So,
All right, so V, Corrales, Taruk, and Nat are what? And y'all are just turning around and going right back up to the madam?
Yes, they were going
Okay,
to
sure.
find that.
All right, so basically she steps out the door and then sees all of you congregated in the hallway and goes, "Oh, hello, darlings."
Morning.
I'm Adam.
Yeah, they-
I found that. I found.
I take it we would like to do this now. And she just kind of opens the door to her chamber.
Step into my office. So it's time to fly.
Yeah.
No better time than the present.
You know, I'm gonna give Mina a look because, like, I am consistently surprised with how much effort she'll put out for this group. So, like, as I walk in her room, I definitely give her like a kind of curious look, but don't wanna.
You get nothing more than a raising of eyebrows. That's it. Okay, darlings. Let me make sure I have the right spell. This is sending. So, this is how this is going to work, darling. I can do this a few times if it doesn't work. I can send a message. It can be up to 25 words or less. It can cross if your sister is on a different plane of existence, it can cross. There is a small chance that it might not work. And if it does not, I will know.
Okay.
I believe your friend Beldan did this once or twice.
He did.
Yes. So, do you know what you wish to say?
Isla, are you okay? Describe where you are.
That's 8.
Is Rakshasa with you?
Yes.
Regis, thank you.
Regis with you.
I mean, it's still one more, I guess, but.
It's 11.
It is going to be coming from the madam's voice, right? It's not going to be Nat's
Yeah,
voice?
no, this isn't. You're not doing it right now. This is just getting your words straight. And
I mean,
then
more like the voice in Isla's head. Is it going to be the madam or going to be Nat?
it's going to be the madam.
Maybe
she's casting
tell her who you are. I mean, I'm sure she'd be more than willing to answer, but maybe tell her if it's you.
No, probably. It would probably be helpful. It's Mina. How can they get to you?
Or just say it's Nat. Because I think it's a different voice. Say it's you. I'm sure she'll assume, but might be beneficial to say who it is.
Okay. So it's not how can we get to you? Um,
19.
Okay.
Smart.
I no turtle.
Are you okay?
I think so.
You don't have to do 25 words. This can be
Oh, yeah,
25 words or less.
Right.
You just
Um,
you're capped at 25.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything that I want to say at least to get to start. I think that's it.
Okay.
That's good, Natty. That's good. I put my hand on Natty's shoulder. It's good, Natty.
All right.
Thank you.
Mina kind of nods and she goes, "Okay." Does somebody want to roll for the percentage?
Oh boy.
Nat, it's all you, baby.
Honest.
Okay.
Take your percentage die.
Uh-oh.
Hey, don't fail me now.
Wi-Fi, don't fail us.
All right. Percentage die, and that's it.
Percentage die and a D10.
Okay. I got 80%.
80 even?
80 even.
Yeah, that goes through.
Or hold on, crap. It's two for the percentage die. It's 2 dice, right?
It's the percentage die and then a D10.
Okay, I didn't
So
roll a
it's
D10
like-
yet.
Yeah, so it's like 80 and then whatever the small number. You got it with the 80, but go ahead and roll it just so you get used to doing this.
Okay. Okay. The other one, my D10 was a 4.
So 84. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that you're good.
Okay.
It's only a 5% chance that it doesn't work, and it did it on the low end, so you're fine.
Let's go.
The message goes through, and you see as Mina repeats back what you said pretty much word for word, and she waits. There's a minute, 2 minutes. There's there's no tell on Mina. And then she nods. Okay, darling, this it's a little confusing. She did speak, so she is alive. I think she was in pain, darling, because she didn't make much sense. The first thing she said was, "You can't rip this angel's wings off." And then there was a pause. And then there was, "It doesn't matter where I am." Pause. "You'll never break my spirit." I get the funny feeling, darling, that she was not alone. And she was
Hey.
trying to... At least you know she's alive.
If he looks sad, not relieved, that's not a better thought.
What's going on, Taruk?
Sorry. I don't know, but in Taruk's brain, he thinks maybe it's a coded message.
Roll intelligence check. For
Me, Tim?
everybody.
Okay.
Everybody.
Everybody?
Except for Torin, he's doing chin-ups in full plate armor, just
Right.
Flat.
one-armed.
23. 24. That doesn't count. You didn't go up all the way. Start again.
Oh man. I think I wish Isma was my trainer. All right. Okay.
17.
Okay.
Same.
17, 17. What'd you
No
get,
one.
Matt?
Flat.
17.
17. Taruk.
I got a 10.
10. And Torin's screaming on the inside.
And on the outside.
To the 17s, It doesn't sound coded any more than it was just you get the idea that Regus was in the same room and she was trying to make it seem like she was talking to him, but was trying to answer your message by at least letting you know she was alive. Doesn't seem to be much more to it than that. Taruk, with your 10, she was trying to say something, man. Like there was a hint somewhere in that message about what plane of existence she was on, and now you're sitting here thinking about like angels and like so. Taruk, go ahead and roll me a religion check.
15.
15. Man, you are so positive that she's like maybe the astral plane. Because that's a thing. Because you've heard that mentioned in a couple stories.
Metagas, I know where she is. We gotta go get her.
You do? Where?
She's on this thing where a bunch of angels are. She's in the astral plane. I read it in a book one time. All right.
Angels don't exist on the astral plane. That's
Metagas, stop throwing salt in my game. I'm trying to be a hero.
I'm gonna put my arm on Taruk and just kind of be like, kind of comforting, but just also quietly just be like, that's worth looking into, but...
You see as Metagas grabs his head. Ow?
Like he's hurt?
Yes.
Are you
all right?
What's
Sir?
Ow? That hurt?
What hurt?
you?
Maybe I need to stop thinking. And he goes and he sits down.
Can I medicine check the skeleton?
Sure.
Yeah, let's just inside this guy.
I'm gonna do an autopsy on the skeleton.
Wanna crack it?
Why are you still alive?
Why are you so
Doesn't make sense.
That's not super great. 16?
16. Not much to go on other than the fact that he grabbed his head and said that it hurt.
Then he said, I think I need to stop thinking. Did he say it like it's something like it's casual? Like, oh, I just this again, gotta stop thinking.
No, he sounded a little earnest when he said it.
Thinking.
Have you stopped thinking before? Is this a common occurrence?
Well, usually thinking doesn't hurt.
Good thing.
I also don't know why I knew that angels weren't on the astral plane.
Metagas, don't have time for whatever it is you're trying to pull here. Just sit over here.
Yeah. Go.
Just
He just kind of puts his hand to his head and he just kind of.
So that song he sang, right? And yeah, he's gonna sit off to the corner with him while they, while he chases down his Sherlock Holmesian lead.
Yeah.
That song was in Elvish, right? It was in like what we were singing. I'm gonna sit down next to him, and then while they're still discussing, I'm gonna kind of ask him if he's all right in Elvish.
He kind of takes a minute. Tell you what, I'm making him roll for this. Ooh. No. He kind of shakes his head for a minute and he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. Given what you suspected, especially within the past few days, I'm gonna say I'm gonna call this a survival check. V.
Yeah. 19.
19. Ooh, okay. The incident in the vault seems to be where a lot of this started. You found out in the vault that Nitagas is cursed to some degree, and through Standoff's prodding in the past few days, and you noticing it as well, there was something about the armor, and then last night, Nitagas knew Elvish and knew a song and sang it dang near perfectly. Nitagas is what you are starting to believe is he's starting to have, I guess, flashes or pieces of his identity bleed through from time to time. And usually they're triggered by certain events. And that's about as much as that you can gather at the moment.
Huh. Weird. When we sent our message, I guess now it just comes down to discussing with everybody what our options are moving forward. I know she's alive. That's one step in the right direction, I guess. Depending on how you look at it. I suppose we could run our errands until Thorin gets back and then discuss it with him.
Good idea. Taruk, you said you've heard of this astroplane before?
Yes.
Great bluff.
Like, you wouldn't happen to know or remember, like in the stories that you've heard, how people would get there, would you?
Tim, would I?
Roll a religion check, buddy.
Well,
Here we go.
I love the rabbit hole that this is going down.
Here we go.
I'm used to rabbit holes, so let's
we
go. I'm chasing the white rabbit, baby.
I will say, while we're out, we do have the option to like run down some professional wizards and ask them their opinion on this. Like, if there's anything they can do. Like, see if there's other options. I doubt it, but while we're out, that's an option.
All right,
Taruk,
yeah.
Taruk, what do you got?
I got a 7.
7. Okay, Taruk, from the stories that you remember and the many different tales that were passed down through your tribe, and you paid attention, and you are 100% sure that you remember is that there are different planes of existence, and you were fairly sure that the astral plane is definitely where planetars and angels come from, and that they are ruled over by Zeusius, the king of angels. And Zeusius kind of is like, he's not evil, but he's not good either. He's kind of like a neutral deity. But he's kind of like the father of the pantheon there, but he's also known as like, the god of wine.
So it's all make-believe.
You just remembered about 30 different stories and put them all together.
So, Nat.
And you relay that to Nat.
All right. Whatever the DM said is what I say to you.
Well, that crap that I just pulled out of my butt, that's what he tells you.
I'm gonna look down at Corrales and just go, is he right?
Lucius and wine, and there was a great big battle and a shortage of trout, and then the giant fish lion came through, and there was Taruk right there, and then just, oh my God, look at me, amazing.
Somewhere doing a one-finger push-up, Torrance just laughing his ass off. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh, my finger.
She goes, and then you just hear Hismet, you're in so much pain, you're laughing. Good, that means it's working. Do it again.
I just sit there, I look at Taruk for a minute, and then I look at the madam. Please tell me you have something stronger than wine or ale, because I think
he was the king of wine, and he loved cheese. But the mighty guardian beast,
How do we go around there?
all of the rats.
Yes. Thank you, Taruk. I appreciate.
If that's where Isla is, Taruk will go, and I will destroy those rats and kill the guardian beast and bring Trout back and Isla.
You just see as the madam has just been on every word, and she just goes, "That is truly amazing." Oh, excuse me, I was in Hisma. Gosh, man, I can't. I got too many. Too many people up here. All right, madam. She goes, "Darling, that was like 12 different stories. He knows nothing about everything." She just walks
He is
off.
the master of none.
Well,
gosh, I got too many voices up there.
Better than not enough.
Are you ready to Are you ready to step out?
To the weapon
Yes.
shop.
Yeah.
Okay, so to Elven Tongs, is that where we're going?
Yes.
All right. I
Find the Trout.
will say by the time that you guys kind of talk through some of this, you know, the history of mythology according to Taruk and Metagast's little migraine that he just had and everything. By this time, as you guys are leaving, you see, and it is not, he's not walking. It's like a shuffle. It's just a shuffle.
Corin, you made it.
You
Wow,
look
lizard. I look at Torin. I'm like, I put my hand on his shoulder. I turn. Come on, loser, we're going.
Everything hurts. No touch.
Too late. I'm touching you, and you can die on me later. We got work to do.
Bartender.
We're not even in.
Ale.
You're outside.
We're outside. You don't even get a drink.
You're outside.
Corrallos. Ale.
You're walking. Listen, your religious still walked last week, so you don't have to go alcohol.
I do. I have a little.
Okay, V does. Okay.
It's not much, but it's a little decorative, very intricate silver travel flask. It's like it's not much. I give him a pat.
A swig. You
sword.
got a swig.
Tim, how many people are in the Elven Tongues?
Oh, okay. It takes a little while. You guys have to go a little slower because Torin is just shuffling. Like,
I carry Torin. Let's go, Torin.
Yes.
Ribs hurt. God.
All right. Well, that'll quicken the pace a little bit. It takes you guys a little while. It's in the evening hours, but not too. You're like about 3 in the evening. And no, there's not too many people in there. And you do see as Feline Gemblade stands over her forge, working on a blade. As you guys enter Elven Tongs for the first time in a long time, I believe.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while.
And you see, for those of you who have forgotten, or those of you who have not met Feline Gemblade, is a very muscular built she-elf. About, what did I say? About 6'5", in that range.
I think so.
Muscular, kind of like, you know, from head to toe.
She matched my body spot.
Very athletic. Yeah.
Beldan's dream woman.
Yes.
So, you said there was a couple people in there, right?
No, I said there wasn't. It was just her. She was working on something, and she regards all of you as you walk in, and she goes, "Oh, welcome to Elven Tongs."
I guess we're here for me, aren't we?
Starts cooling it.
This is exciting. I've never needed a weapon before.
How can I help you?
Corellis. The sword? The dancing sword?
It's in the bag, Corellis.
B kind of holds it
I
weird.
can't hear you, George.
Sorry.
There you go.
Take it out and hand it to V.
Okay.
B holds it like this. Like awesome. Yeah. It.
Just holding the blade like.
You're just holding like the scabbard. Is that it?
Yeah, no, I'm holding like you know how there's the hilt.
Yeah.
Holding it like that.
Oh, you're holding the cross guard? Okay.
Hold the
I don't know what I'm doing.
Kind of like this. I have a question.
Just the one? Go ahead.
If you could take this and either do you rework with the enchantments or just the weapons?
Mostly just the weapons. I have a couple things for sale, but nothing. I unfortunately, I must be honest. I consider myself skilled, but enchanted weapons, that's a very difficult process, and I do not enchant weapons personally. No.
Do you have anyone you can point us to?
You're going to be dealing with someone who is more arcane inclined than me. I deal in metal.
Although I'm sure my friends here have given you business in the past. If you could point me in the direction of someone who handles the more arcane sides of things, I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh no.
I know of one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think I'd need him. I don't have my notes for that. The proprietor of Magical Oddities would be the one to speak to.
That gentleman.
He's an
Let me ask a follow-up question.
elder man.
If I wanted to sell this particular weapon, where would the best place to be that, and would you be interested?
Did you say just to sell it? Is that what you're trying to do?
If I was going to go that route.
Well, if you just wish to sell it, I would certainly consider purchasing it off you. I don't mind in dealing and trading of magical weapons and armor. I just can't enchant things myself.
Okay, yeah, if it came to it and I wound up selling it instead,
I can tell you right now, and she kind of looks at the blade and kind of, well, it's beautiful. Do you know what it does?
So do we have to pick any word that would make it work, or was there a specific word that we saw? I would have seen the sword dancer activate it, right, when she used it on me.
Yeah, it was. I just did that for flavor. Whoever was gonna own it, you can come up with a command word for it.
Okay, so I'll just clap then. I'll kind of like drop it, and then it'll do its thing.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Okay, as you do that, and the sword in the scabbard starts hovering in midair, and she just kind of looks back, and the sword unsheathes itself and starts hanging in midair.
We'll kind of like poke it, it'll twirl around a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like, it does that. And does she have anything that looks like it can get stabbed?
Yeah, there's a practice dummy off to the.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of send it off that way, and it uses my modifier, right, to hit.
Yeah. Roll your attack.
What does it use to hit? Just my combat modifier?
Yes.
Okay.
Sam, question.
Yeah.
'Cause I wasn't here last week. Did you happen to send was it the Moonblade information?
No, I just told you what it was. It was 2d8 plus 1d8 radiant, I believe.
All right. I'll go back and check my messages. Sorry.
So Tim,
I didn't send it to you guys. I just said it over the episode.
I have it.
Yeah.
So Tim, I don't recall if I made a sword or monk weapon, so I don't think I get much of a bonus to this.
Okay.
Because it's just a sword. Again, I don't know if I made it a monk weapon. I think I did, but I'm not sure. So without a modifier, it's 17.
Let me look the. Hold on.
And is it a finesse weapon? Because then I would use dex. I think I'd add dex to it.
Hold on.
I just don't think I add my proficiency. So I'm pretty sure it would be a 17 plus 2.
Yeah. Well, that's good enough to hit. You're hitting a dummy, so yeah. Go
Alright.
ahead and roll for the damage on it.
It did D8. It did a D8, right?
Yes.
7.
All right. So you see as this dancing blade kind of hovers near the practice dummy and cuts a swath through it, and you see as the hulking elven blacksmith kind of looks over and she goes, "Now that's impressive." And it just does that on its own. There's not a ghost there, and you see she kind of waves her hand under the sword while it's in midair, and
Not to my knowledge.
kind of
Granted, he's a very accommodating ghost.
She kind of looks at you. She goes, and it just does it. You don't need to swing it. It just does it, huh?
I certainly have no skill for it, and it seems to work plenty fine on its own.
One moment. She goes and she starts thumbing through a tome. So you're interested in selling it?
Potentially. Depends on whether or not someone of an arcane nature can finagle it for me, or if they just need to make me something outright. Either way, I'm either going to use it, or perhaps you can be the next lucky owner of this item.
Keep me in mind if you're interested in selling it. I wouldn't mind if you wish something for trade or to simply buy it outright. I would be interested.
Sounds like a plan. I'll definitely keep you in mind in the instance that is what I do. And I'm going to kind of go over to it. And is it still stuck in the... It was hovering next to the door.
No, it's still hovering.
I'm going to kind of like grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of give it back to Ferocious.
Okay. Magic fades. And it looks like an inert longsword.
Well, I guess to be... So the arcane oddities, is that just the only arcane worker in town, or there's no one that does specifically magic weapons, just magic items?
He does a little bit of everything.
Okay, gotcha.
What you know of him is that in the past few years, his establishment has changed a little bit. What used to be considered more along the lines of a ye old swap shop or pawn shop, he has changed a little bit, and with the help of his granddaughter helping him to run the establishment, his business has improved, and it's been more of a respectable magical weapons and items shop. That he does still do trades, and he still does purchase things off of people. So it's a little bit more successful of a business than in the past few years.
So as we get closer, though, is it not like a shady part of town, but is it a more like colorful part of town as we get closer?
Well, actually, I had a question for Theor Lee before we just deuced out.
Yeah.
Sure, but just for your thing, your knowledge of it, it used to be a shady part of town. In the past few years, expansion of brine and some of the seedier, shadier parts have been cleaned up a little bit. So it's not. It used to be. It's definitely it's had a history, but nowadays it's actually a safer place in brine that you can visit.
Okay.
Torin, what was your question?
So I'd stagger over to the counter and just like, with all the might I have in my arm, put Clawbasher on the counter. I apologize, Theor Lee, for my condition. Roughly, how much would it cost to put a little extra oomph on Clawbasher here?
What do you want it to do?
Well, just it doesn't. It's. I need it to hit a little harder. My other Morning Star packs quite the wallop, and poor Clawbasher here is left behind a little bit sometimes. Because it's older, it's more of an heirloom than it is a refined weapon.
DM looks up a few things.
We haven't made him do that at all tonight.
I know, right?
Way to switch it up.
Yeah. I only had to prepare for who knows what you were going to do tonight.
I really do sympathize with the TM right now.
Oh, yeah. He's taking everything in stride, so.
Yeah, I am absolutely improvising a lot of this because I didn't know what you guys were gonna do tonight.
Neither did we.
Here's the trick. I don't know what I could add. You understand the basic, if you wish to call it the basic structure of a morning star. It's a club with spikes on it. I can't really add weight to it. I can't add different pikes to, spikes to the end. The best I could do could maybe be to improve the wood that you use for the handle, but that's not going to change too much. I think what you're looking for is an upgraded weapon from the one that you have. And if you're interested, and she basically... Here, look at my wall.
I humbly pull Clawbasher back. All right, let's take a look at what you have available, my elven friend. Oh, my ribs still hurt so bad.
I think I have a good idea. Something I want to give you. Will not give you.
Sell is the right word.
Sorry, I'm on D&D Beyond, guys. Please be patient.
It's quite all right.
We're on D&D Beyond.
Not sponsored.
But we're willing to learn.
Absolutely.
We are willing to shamelessly self-promote.
What she shows you is basically a vicious, not even an enchantment, but a vicious morning star. And basically, it's not too much different from Clawbasher. The only difference is on a nat 20, you get an extra 7 points of damage.
Hey.
Wow.
A lot of what she has. See. A lot of what she has is basically the basic. But no.
There we go.
Okay. A lot of what she has is your base damage for Morning Star. She's got some enchanted items, but they're just better quality. You know what I mean? It's just different metals, different materials. You're not seeing anything in the way of a enchanted item or anything in the way of a Morning Star. And if you want the cliff notes for that, maybe you should tell the DM that you're looking for a new weapon before the session next time.
I didn't think we'd pop into the weapon shop, so I was just checking options. I wasn't wasn't trying to throw the DM off here, I promise.
Oh boy.
If I was going to do that, I'd say let's go to the Magical Oddity shop.
Oh, that's why I got prepared.
No, not that again.
I talked to the DM before the session.
Yeah, I've already got that prepared.
Uh-oh.
Joke's on you. I barely talked to the party before the session.
I believe that. I've seen the plans you guys come up with. I can tell.
Well, you want a bad thing? Sometimes those are our plans with planning. And I'll let
Some
you
of those have effort
the
behind
sad
them.
That's the sad part.
We'll let those of you at home figure out which ones are with effort.
All right, and right off the top of my head of just me pulling stuff out, you see the vicious Morningstar.
Mm-hmm.
You also see a Frostbrand Morningstar. And
All right.
that is added cold damage, and I'll tell you how much.
Rosalie,
Nope.
you have to brush your
One
teeth.
d6 cold damage in addition to the base damage for that.
Oh, okay. And how
Also
much?
for that, in freezing temperatures, the blade sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius around you. You can extinguish all non-magical flames within 30 feet of you. So it's like having like a cold aura around you.
Wonderful for the reptile.
There you go.
That's what you get.
What do you get when you fall?
I'll think about it and I'll come back thoroughly.
You think about it.
Oh, always a pleasure.
Anytime.
Gotta do shopping.
All right, so we're heading to Magical Oddities.
Oh boy, here we go.
I love this place.
Just for, so I want to fall back to next to Corrales and just very, very quietly under my breath, just kind of give him a little nudge and say, the scene of the crime. Because I was the only one that noticed him steal the wand last time.
Well, let's keep it that way.
Taruk, you're staying outside.
Don't remind the DM right before we walk in.
Why Taruk gotta stay outside?
You know why.
You know what?
You know why. Ow, ow, ribs.
Fine.
Ribs.
Taruk
Ribs and
stays
shoulder.
outside.
Good.
Tim, are there
Now he's
passerbyers?
deliberately gonna try to get in trouble.
Tim, if I'm outside the shop, there's
Yeah.
people walking by, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, while they're inside doing their thing, I'm gonna gather some people up and I'm gonna tell my tales. All right?
Oh, good
Of
lord.
Sushi and his blind missing
Zeus.
trout.
Zeusius. All right. So
Yes.
basically, you've become a street prophet for a minute,
Yes,
talking
and
about.
Metagas is with me.
Wrong street prophet, my bad.
The barbarian will
trying-
be a bard.
He's trying to inch away from you, kind of like I'm not with him.
Slowly,
I
but
put
you
a-
can
Grab
learn that.
Metagas right by his plate underneath his non-existent neck. And
All
we
right.
go outside.
Okay.
Poor
You do
Metagast.
that. We'll get there.
That's fine.
The rest of you, as you approach Magical Oddities, it is, for those of you who have been here before, it has definitely been upgraded. It's you know, the windows have been replaced, fresh coat of paint. Actually, a very nice signage on at the top of the little, you know, marquee at the top of the thing that says Magical Oddities and nice looking script. It doesn't have the same feel of when you guys originally came here years ago, and it looked like a very disturbing kind of, you know, dimly lit, busted windows, a lot of black.
Stole from.
Yeah, it's
A lot of
it is-
darkness.
a lot of darkness. It has definitely been upgraded, and it's definitely not the same place that you saw years ago. And as you enter, you hear the door catch a bell as it comes, and you are greeted by a younger human female with kind of like a charcoal hair, black charcoal hair and ponytail, and you see she comes up and greets you very warmly. Welcome to Magical Oddities. How can we help you?
Hello, miss.
And you look, she's like in her early 20s.
I am here to inquire about the potential swapping of an enchantment to another item, or building one from the ground up, and what the optics are on that. And I'll get the sword from Corellos and kind of show it to her.
The swapping of an enchantment, that is... Might be outside of our skill.
I will kind of go over. I'm just guessing we can go over to the counter and talk.
Yeah.
I'll describe to her what I want, and seeing how I wanted to do essentially what the dancing blade does. Kind of, here's a groundwork from the ground up if you're gonna make it. So
she does say, now if you just want us to simply use a similar enchantment and put that on an item that is not currently enchanted, she goes, that would be much easier than transferring. The difficulty with transferring is that we then have to identify the enchantment, put it on a spell scroll, and then transcribe it from the spell scroll to the new item. Starting from scratch is a whole lot easier. It costs a whole lot less money, actually. It would cost you more to transfer a specific enchantment from one item to the other. Usually when these items or weapons are created, a lot of these runes and the arcane writing on them that put the enchantment on these items are meant to be permanent.
So then I'll ask for like a quote on the weapon I want made.
Okay. Here comes the fun part. The easy way. Okay. Now, what's the item that you want the enchantment put on?
I was gonna ask like if I need to bring her the item or if they can procure it themselves and enchant it for me. I don't know what they want exactly.
Well, what item did you want it on?
So what I sent you, I don't know if it's...
Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, so the wire.
Oh yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Kind of as an example, it's not a particular item, it's just a description of something I would have wanted to make. Basically the exact same thing, only with
wire.
Changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the wire itself isn't difficult to come by. And the enchantment, you want the same enchantment that's on this blade, you say?
Essentially, yeah. But with the unique element to the new weapon, basically where it can grapple if I wanted it to. I would assume with this weapon as a blueprint, it would make the job a lot easier, even easier than simply enchanting an item.
Yes, very much so.
If I'm willing to trade.
Well, it certainly... And she starts kind of coming up with a few figures in her head. So if you're willing to trade in the blade as part of the payment for putting the enchantment on, that would definitely significantly reduce the price. Using this blade as the template for the enchantment that you want on the wire, and using basically it as collateral against the price for enchanting, I would say that that would bring the total for enchanting the wire up to 3,000 gold.
All right.
From beyond, from behind the counter and well in the back, you hear boom, kind of like as a small explosion, and you see as black smoke starts to billow out from under one of the doors that leads to the back, and you just hear and she's, "Grandfather, are you okay?" And you just see as the door busts wide open, and he goes, "What?"
Oh,
Oh god, it hurt.
It hurt. Did she seem rattled because she was trying to like wait overcoat, and that kind of gave away the ghost?
Yeah, you see as this very elderly old man kind of hunched over, the proprietor. This will teach me to have notes on everything that I've ever written ever. Sandrin Castus is the name of the proprietor of Magical Oddities, this very elderly gentleman. And, "Grandfather, what happened?" And he goes, "It's a very unstable element."
Krause, it hurts to laugh still. Internal bruising.
You see as he looks back, "I wouldn't go in there for a few minutes. Let it air out a bit. Oh, customers!" And he puts up these thick glasses, and now you see as his eyes become like 4 times larger through the. "Welcome. How can we help you?"
I'm gonna kind of quickly brief him on the deal his daughter was offering me, and I want to insight her.
Okay, roll insight on her first.
Oh god, that's a nat 20. That's a 26.
Natural 20.
Jesus.
With the price of what that you estimate the dancing sword to be worth, it's not that I would say with a nat 20, it's like watching Pawn Stars. You know what you're giving her is worth a little more than she's offering. It's not complete cheating you. She's just trying to make a profit off of it.
Sure.
Ooh, what does this do? And he goes and he pulls the sword out, and it basically jumps out of his hand and starts hovering in mid-hair.
What's that?
And you just...
Sorry, I'm going through my notes for a second.
He kind of gently puts the scabbard down on the desk and kind of just transfixed on this blade that's hovering.
All right, so one thing I want to do is, I don't know if this would be like a history, because again, weapons isn't my thing, but do I have any reason to think I could get a better deal on the shadier side of things? Like if I went, pound
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for that, intelligence. Roll me an intelligence check, please.
That's intelligence, so yeah, that's never a good one for me. And 14.
14. Tough to say. It would depend on if you could. You're fairly sure you could, but it was whether or not you could get in touch with certain contacts that you have or certain people.
Okay. So, all right.
You know that what she's offering is fair, but it could also be negotiated. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think because I do know that the market for these kinds of things, I'm going to offer the fact that, if I was able to get what I wanted, what I needed, and it was to serve me well, then she I just might get really good word of mouth, and then there could be a much more high-class clientele that'd be coming their way to this weird little pawn shop on the other side of town.
All right.
I'll kind of roll my veil up and let it fall down and just kind of like, look, I need something discreet, and if it was to serve me well, you might get a particular kind of clientele that be coming your way, knowing what you can provide.
That's fair. Okay. The old man looks to be completely oblivious to absolutely everything you've said. The granddaughter, her eyes narrow at you as if there is complete understanding in what you're saying. And go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Wow. 2 17s. 22.
22. Yeah. What's your counter offer?
I don't want to put you out. And however, I do know that my associates here have done business here in the past, and this is the go-to place that they took me to immediately when I needed your services. So I feel like for the notoriety that your shop would get, and if you're willing to make sure that it's extra special for what I need. What was her price? 3,000?
Yes.
I'll say I'm really bad at math. What's 3,000 minus 200?
2,800.
Yeah. Okay. I'm offer that.
You see, she kind of basically takes you in for a minute.
It's very important to me.
Yes, and she there's a few breaths of her just kind of taking you in for a minute, and then done.
Deal.
Very good, very good. and you see as he kind of looks back at the back room, and he goes, "I think it's safe to go back." Poof! When there's another explosion from the back, poof, his black smoke billows out from the. He goes, "Or else not."
Krellis, I think it's a safe time for me to step outside.
So I'm gonna leap forward with her, and then I'll pay her when it's done.
Yeah.
Time limit on that, or time
frame. She tells you 3 days.
Oh, perfect. If that works for the group, I know that we might, hopefully, worst case scenario, it gets sent to the light. Best case scenario, whatever we make our plans for, we have some time to suit up and get ready and everything. That does it for me.
Anybody else got anything?
Krellis, I'm stepping outside. Don't do anything Taruk would do.
I'm just gonna kind of glance over towards where the wands were and follow Torin out.
I mean, I think if that's all we were doing, then yeah, we could all take off. Unless Nat, you have anything to do in the store.
I got nothing.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Cute little old man.
Thanks, old timer. Krellis, you think he's older than Standolf?
That's a good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
He's definitely just as crazy.
Definitely just crazy. I'm sure we have Taruk to deal with on the street, but
Taruk and your street preaching. If you would, Taruk, go ahead and roll me a charisma check. You're muted, buddy.
16? 16.
All right, you get a few people. It's not a huge crowd, but you get a few people. It's not even what you're saying. It's just that you're very
entertaining.
No, I'm gonna say that not that they believe you, but you believe it, and they're just very entertained. But also, it's just the energy that you're bringing is getting
and
more people.
Medagast is there. He's making motions with.
Medagast is doing his best to try to get away from you. This entire time, he's just been trying to distance himself. But yeah, no, you get a couple people, but some people are kind of like, ah, you're full of it. You know, you get a couple kids who are kind of like, whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah, kids, it was so cool. I popped his head off and found the trout. Yes.
Can I use minor illusion to like mimic everything he says and actually make it?
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you for minor illusion. Yeah, so you see, and now you have this little arcane display.
Zeus and his wine and the river of troutless trouts.
I
All
just
right.
slowly put my arm around Minigas and pull him away.
I don't want to.
You just hear a whisper, it's like, thank you.
Not even just.
Wherever we wind up walking to next, I want to pull Corrales off to the side and talk to him whenever we're kind of falling back.
All right.
However you want to do this, if you want to, wherever we're going next, I don't know.
Where are we going next?
Yeah, that's a good
I
question.
mean, we've
I
done our
guess-
shopping. Hisma beat me within an inch of my life. I'm ready to go back to the light and relax for the night. Anyone else?
I mean, yeah, we gotta fill Torin in on what happened.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh yeah, and yeah, you've got some catching up to do for everything that happened in the day while you were getting abused.
Abused is a-
you know, for the sake of moving things along here, guys, and I'll get to V and Corrales in a second, but yeah, basically, while V and Corrales are going to be off to the side, Torin, you're getting updated from Taruk and Nat and Metagast on the day's goings on. Lady V and Corrales, you pulled Corrales to the side, V?
So I kind of want to ask you something.
Okay.
So yeah, well, we kind of pull you back so you walk slow with the rest of the group, and just sort of say, well, seems like you made it out of there unscathed.
Yeah, I think it's a love-hate with the madam.
Oh, I meant, well, that too, but I meant the shop back there.
Oh, what the shop don't know, don't hurt him.
I have a question for you, Corrales.
What's up?
It's come to my attention that I may have certain aptitudes that were never fostered in a way that I could use them the way I think I needed to. And you're a very capable young man when it comes to the arcane.
Okay.
I wonder if you would be willing to teach me a little bit.
Oh, sure. I could teach you some simple things to start.
That would be great. It seems like I have certain skills that I don't know if they're nothing more than what they seem, or if I just never was trained enough in them, and I'd like to find out.
Well, we'll just have to practice then.
I do have something to offer, however. I
What's
wouldn't
that?
expect you to do it for nothing. If you still have certain inclinations that you need some fostering on, maybe I could be helpful in that. If you ever want those skills of yours to be on par with even half-decent thief.
I think we have an agreement.
What?
I think we have an agreement.
They have an accord.
Night is the night when two become one.
Your first lesson. And I'm going to hand you like a ring. It's one of my rings.
Okay.
I want you, at some point, to sneak that into my person without me knowing.
All right.
First test. At some point, in some way, without me knowing. We'll go from there. And then you tell me when you're ready for our lessons. This is exciting.
It is.
I'm just going to kind of walk forward.
All right. Very good. I'm going to between the agreement made between V and Corrales and Torin, you've been sufficiently given the summary of the day, and you understand that at least getting the madam's help, they did send a message to Isla. They do know that Isla is alive, and the difficulty now is that you don't know where. And the challenge that lays before you guys is that the obvious thing, and this is pretty much for everybody that, still on this subject. The obvious thing is that you need to find her and figure out a way to get there and get back. To do this is going to require you to make a decision. You have a couple options before you. You have several contacts that you can go to pretty much beg a favor. Vereen Shadeleaf is one. You also know of the reason that Isla ended up in this mess in the first place. You do know of a hag in Black Bog Swamp who does give people what they need. And it's going to be up to you guys if you take either of those routes or if you want to try a different. But those are the options that lay before you guys. And everybody needs to be thinking on that as you guys head back to the luxurious light. We're in the late evening hours now, and you guys kind of all congregate for a kind of like a late dinner. And after everybody's had their fill, it gets quiet. And everybody's kind of been contemplating on what's the next move.
Well, I don't think you guys have ever told me about the hag, have you? Like, I'm
You every last one of you know about the hag because Isla told you.
Isla
you
told
look
us.
up.
That's right. I forgot that Isla told us about it.
We didn't give you like super details on when we went to the bog,
Sure.
but
I don't know anything about hags, but I do know if we can give Vereen something she wants, she's good for whatever she says she can give us. I don't know. I'm biased, obviously. It's the devil I know, dealing with politicians and whatnot. So take that with a grain of salt, but
did the madam
Again.
really use the word vindictive?
vindictive people are easy to deal with. There's a lot of blowback if you deal with it poorly, but
Yeah.
you can expect them to do exactly what you expect them to do.
You get the idea impressed upon you, at least from Mina's standpoint, was that it's a dangerous route to go.
They both sound like
Most
such
definitely.
chipper options.
Yeah.
I will say though, if the hag is the one that sent the Rakshas in the first place, then at the very least we do have that B plan of getting it called off somehow. That's also a possibility. Maybe, I don't know, but it just seems like that's also a backup plan. If we can't get to another plane, we can at least maybe fix one mess before we take care of another.
It's not a terrible idea.
End of the day, it's whatever you guys want to do.
Whatever way is just going to be the easiest. Well, not the easiest, but the best way to get there. Because knowing us, we don't do easy. Yeah.
We also don't do subtle. So I don't know if the political route would be our best option or our worst option. It's kind of a flip of a coin at this point.
Seems like.
Farouk just wants to save Isla.
Yeah.
And after what the madam told myself, Corrales, and Metagas, Farouk also doesn't want to owe favor to Magic Lady, so...
Odds are good one of at least someone here is going to owe a favor to that. They don't give away stuff for free, as the assumption.
You're not wrong about that, V. We either take our chances in the swamp, or we take our chances here.
I feel like if we go to the political route, I feel like there's gonna be more eyes on us.
Yeah.
And
Very true.
maybe the quieter the better. And if
There's always say Varian's favor for some other time if we ever are in an even more desperate situation, although I can't imagine one, but that does leave that card on the table in case we ever needed it. Outside of
for anything else,
scary magic lady instead of other scarier magic lady.
I guess here's my question. What's she going to ask us? Because she's not just going to, sure, here you go. We're probably going to have to do something first. That's going to be the favor.
The madam said she's the type of person that we don't want to owe a favor to. And that the madam trusts her, but to an extent. And Corrales and I met a guess. We all looked at each other when she said that and kind of agreed that it's not the way we should go, but it's, honestly, it's up to Nat, really.
I was gonna say I want to help. I want to protect Nat, and if Nat's going to save Isla, that's where I'll go. Whatever you're choosing to do.
Metagas chimes in for just a hot second by saying it would appear that both options are going to be extremely dangerous, and that whether it's an archmage or a hag, we're going to owe a very powerful being a favor before they help us.
I think I would rather take the chance with the hag, just because Isla has already established that connection. So maybe, hopefully, that might work into our favor.
Well, as near as I can tell, I guess we can always try to kill the hag. We can't kill Bareem.
I love that plan.
Nat, we do.
Oops, did I say that?
I didn't hear anything, V.
I'll drink to that.
But go ahead, Taruk.
Sorry. Nat, we do what you want to do. Taruk follows you into the 7 circles of hell, baby. So, you want to go to the swamp? Taruk will lead the way.
Thank you, big man.
Selfishly, I'd be curious. I kind of feel like lifting a curse could be something that I need.
Yeah?
Well, that's your prerogative, I guess. I would be very cautious, though.
He looks at you just kind of pitifully, and he's like, what more could be done?
You'd be surprised. But I see your point.
So, Corrales, are you okay with this idea for the swamp?
Oh, absolutely not.
Rosalind.
I guess that's the plan. We're going to the swamp.
What the hell do you wear to a swamp?
Whatever you like, I have prestidigitation.
I'm so glad Beldan doesn't have to go back to the mud. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh, we'd never hear the end of it.
Come back, Christian. We
You
missed
don't have
you,
to tie
buddy.
anything around him.
Oh man.
Say we're going to have to be very, very careful with
Yeah.
our first aid kit.
Yeah.
And keeping that in mind, if that is indeed the will of the party, keep in mind the words that Isla told you. And that it did take her days, in fact weeks, to find the old woman's abode. And Black Bog Swamp, you get the feeling that it may take a while, but somewhere in Black Bog Swamp lies this old woman who supposedly gives people what they need. And it was through this old woman's work that the Rakshasa was bound to Isla in the first place.
This is a very bad idea.
And with that, I'm going to say we're going to cut off for tonight.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, that was an awesome session, y'all. So, I'll do the outro and we'll call it a night. Thank you everyone who watched live on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. We're still posting to YouTube later on, little edits here and there. And of course, those episodes will go on Spotify later. But, as always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, tap that little bell in your YouTube app so you never miss an upload. Also, go to prowrestlingtees.com/LostBoyKirby for your official curbside merch. More to come on the way, by the way. There's some new designs on their way, I promise. So with that, thank you all. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
No, we won't.
She is correct. She is correct. We are taking a holiday break to celebrate this great nation, and we will be back in 2 weeks. Thank you, my lovely co-host, for reminding me. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks.